Hi guys, welcome back to the studio. My name is Sasha, a teacher here at YYOGA. Today we're going to do just a quick class to get the spine moving, so it can be good to do especially in the morning or when you need a little extra energy. So when we strengthen the muscles along the spine, it also squeezes and compresses the adrenal glands, which can give you a little bit of energy. So I say if you're like addicted to caffeine, we'll just do some back bends instead. So you can have a block for this class, I recommend it. If you don't have a block, you can also have a book, something that you can squeeze your hands into that is not much wider or closer together than your shoulders. So preferably shoulder width distance. Okay, have that towards the top of your mat. First pose, Anahata, which is the heart melting pose. So Anahatasana. You're going to keep hips above knees if possible. Melt your elbows, forearms to the floor, so a little forward. Press the palms of your hands together and keeping your tail up in the air. Melt your heart, forehead to the floor. Bend your elbows, prayer hands go up overhead. And like any new shape, just take a second to get comfy, right? So you can walk the knees back or elbows forward, kind of lengthening your spine. Let's take 3 community breaths. Inhale. Exhale, maybe a sigh. So last 2, especially if it's the morning, kind of plugging shoulders down away from your ears. Hugging the belly in and up when you're ready to transition. Press down through those elbows so that you can rise up to straight arms, tabletop, hands and knees. Gathering knees underneath your hips, just a few gentle cat-cows. So hands down, lift your chest. Offering a little different, come to your fingertips as you round your spine like a black cat. Hands down to lift your chest up. And on your fingertips, cat, slide hips deeper down to your heels. Last one, inhale. And exhale, nice big cat stretch. Okay, join me in a neutral flat back table and straighten your right leg. For a second, just keep your toes on the floor and prong to left fingertips like you just did for cat. From the inner thigh, hugging belly up towards your back, we're gonna lift that straight right leg. Checking out your toes are pointing to the floor. They're not pointing out wide. Once you've got your balance, reach your left arm forward. Palm of your hand faces in, so shoulders kind of down from ears. We're just going to take some small pulses, lifting right leg, left arm for 10, 9, 8. Keep going. I'm going to talk to you. So from here, even a micro bend to right elbow. Eye or inner crease of elbow can point in or a little forward. Chin to chest is because neck is a natural extension of the spine. Let's go last 3. Little engagement of glute for 2. Last 1. And gently release hand and knee back down to the floor. Did you feel that? Other side, spine's not in a cow or cat tilt. It's just in the middle. Straighten left leg, toes down, prong to right fingertips. That wrist gets a break. Again, belly hugs in, supporting your back. From the inner thigh, lift the left leg. Reach right arm forward when you're ready, tucking chin to chest. And as you take those little pulses, unlike a long, deep yogic breath, it can be a little bit more like breath of fire. Every exhale to lift arm and leg as you pump belly in and up. And so hopefully you're activating the whole back line of your body for the last 3, last 2, last 1. Gently place your knee and hand back down to the floor. Cow pose, shoulders back, lift your chest. And exhale, lift your hips back to downward facing dog pose. As you're ready, lift your heels and tiptoe forward to a fold at the top of your yoga mat. 2 fists set between ankles whenever we're here. Let's slide hands to shins, finding a halfway lift. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. At first, lower the knees. You can grab onto your block. The block is going to be this way, horizontal between your hands. And you want to press your hands into the block as much as you can for this exercise. So we're going to lift the block up overhead. And as you tuck right toes, lift the knee. As you exhale, we're going to bend the elbows, block behind your head, and bend right knee. It taps lightly to the floor. So inhale to lift, and exhale to rebend. So keep moving. We're going to do approximately 6. Keep pressing, especially your left front heel into the floor. And keep hugging your upper arms in towards your cheekbones. So preferably the elbows point straight up instead of wide to the sides. Let's go last one. Straighten arms, straighten leg. Reach hands forward so you can get rid of the block. Thanks very much. Step your left foot back. Inhale, let's wave the spine towards high plank, on or off the knees, you choose. Lower to your belly, just try not to belly flop. Tent your fingertips onto fuzzy carpet or hardwood beside your mat. Elbows point up, hips down, strange cobra. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, get longer, go back to belly. 2 more, inhale lifts you. Exhale to dip back down. Last one's different. Lift the chest, dip the left shoulder in and look over right shoulder. Stay here for 3. So I hope what you're getting is a really nice stretch to left side, neck and chest. Inhale through center as you look towards the left, keeping your glutes soft enough that pinky toes can come to the floor, space to low back. Inhale through center, land on belly. Hands by low ribs, tuck your toes, child's pose, seat to heels. From the back of your heart, round your spine to tabletop, so kind of a little massage, and hips back to down dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Stack your right hip over the left one. Bend your knee for a moment. Just getting used to this shape because a little later we're going to go deeper. As you re-square the hips, step your right foot forward. Back knee stays lifted. Just reach your hands to the back of your mat. Inhale, come up high, crescent lunge. Fingertips to the earth. Step your left foot forward, just finding a fold. Toes still pointing forward, take a halfway lift. As you bow, find your block so that you can round your spine up to standing, but hold your block in your hands, shoulders down your back. Okay, from here, the block is gonna go behind your back. Palms of your hands face in towards one another, or palms of your hands can face back. Preferably they're in towards one another. You see how your range of motion is. Okay, chair pose. Bend your knees, weight is in your heels. And lean the upper body forward just enough that front body's core is supporting your back. Holding your block, pressing hands into it. We're gonna lift the arms from lower back, going for 10. Exhale, 9. Exhale whenever we lift. And keep pressing your hands into your block as best you can. So, I hope what you're feeling is the backs of your arms, triceps getting stronger. These are the muscles we need for some back bends in yoga, Seshalabhasana, which we'll do soon, and lying on your belly floor, Dhanurasana. Last 2, last 1. Okay, forward fold, get rid of your block. Thanks very much. Whoa, do you feel that? Slide hands to low legs, shins. Step your left foot back and bring your block with you. Okay, second round. This one hopefully will strengthen as well as stretch out your triceps, which you're probably feeling. Pressing hands to block, dig into left toes, lift your knee. Bend left knee, bend elbows, block behind your head. And then keep going. What I'd like you to notice is if your chin is starting to jut forward a little, keep pushing your head back as if it's kind of pushing into an imaginary wall behind you, so you don't feel like you're getting neck strain from this exercise. Last 2. Okay, last 1. Straighten arms, straighten legs so you can let go of your block. Hands down, lift your hips to down dog. Inhale, wave forward to high plank. On or off the knees, all the way down to belly, low plank. Okay, so this time, when you reach your hands back, lace fingers behind you, bend your elbows and point them up so you're also hugging shoulder blades together behind your back. Keep pressing hips down like we did in Cobra. Lift your upper body, straight-ish arms, but don't lock out the elbows. And lift your feet. Upper body doesn't move. We're using those triceps, but going for hamstring curls. Inhale. Bend your knees, heels to bum. Exhale slowly, straighten both legs. Inhale, knees bend, hamstring curls. Knees, thighs might stay lifted as you straighten out. Let's go just for the last 2 here. Little tuck of chin towards your chest, so no need to look forward once you've got the exercise. Next time your knees are bent, stay here. Hands by low ribs like Cobra or Up Dog. Shoulders back, lift chest, seal pose. Let's stay here for a few. Elbows, micro bend, they hug in instead of pressing wide. It's almost like back of skull could touch big toes. So you're also stretching front body, strengthening back. Roll over the shins, child's pose, sweet relief. From the back of your heart, round spine forward, and exhale downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Okay, stack left hip over the right one. Bend your knee. So trying to keep shoulders square to the floor, but knee points high, also an inner thigh stretch. When you square your hips, step your left foot forward. Right knee stays lifted. Reach the arms back. Next, inhale, shoulders over hips. Fingertips to the earth, step forward, finding your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow, let something go. Hold on to your block so you can kind of round your spine up to standing, but don't lose your block. So we're going to hold on to the block same way that we've been using it. Hands are facing in towards one another. They're just going to be like little robot arms in front of you as you bend your knees. Again, chair pose. This is your exhale, little robot arms. Inhale, elbows stay bent. Bring the upper arms behind the ears and then draw them back into center. So exhale as you lift, inhale to lower. Pressing your palms together, and then you can release a little bit. So like we've been working on, upper arms hug the ears as best you can. Little tuck of chin to chest for this one is okay. Let's go just the last 2 here. I know you're probably feeling it in the legs too. Last one, straighten the legs forward, fold, get rid of your block. Take a halfway lift. Step the right foot towards the back of your mat. Lower the knee down. Inhale, left arm up. Right knee can bend, toes point up. If that hurts, don't do it. Maybe you'll bind. And draw your seat a little bit towards your left heel or right heel as opposed to the other way around. So stretching through the front of your body, including your legs, kind of important for our back bends, a loose front body. Gently release what you're holding on to. And also straighten your left front leg, toes point up, an easy Hanuman. You can slide your left heel forward a couple inches, just so you're not sitting on your right back heel. You want your hips a little in front of your back, which is the right knee. Let's take one more big breath into the hamstrings after all of that chair. Try to make it balanced. Step your left knee back beside the right one. Plant your hands, lift your hips back to down dog. On your inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Stack right hip over the left one. Bend your knee. Remember this? Okay, this time, gentle wild thing. Right toes behind the left leg. I like to keep left leg straight. Bend the right knee. Right arm hugs the ear for 3. Right hand could even cup your skull so you have some neck support for 2. Listen carefully. Sit down on your bum. You are now facing the back of your yoga mat. So fun. Find your block, everybody. You're going to put it under the knee that's bent, so your right foot. Try to keep the heel on your block, even if the toes hang out the front. Okay, heel supported, important. We're going to lie down like this. And as you bend your left knee as well, situate your hips so that your ankles are a little in front of your knees, hips a little behind your knees. Hold shoulder blades hug together behind you. You're going to push down through that block and lift your hips up like bridge pose, chins lifting from chest. Okay, lift your left heel, if that feels okay, left knee towards your chest. If that checks out, straighten left leg, hip bones side by side, evenly pointing to the ceiling. Inhale, lower your sit bones. Exhale, press into right heel to lift up. And then just keep going and breathing at your own pace, but I'm going to talk to you. So here you're kind of strengthening your hamstring again, and also the largest part of your glute, kind of targeting the space where hamstring meets the glute. And notice that these are the muscles we use in yoga for bridge pose and for wheel pose, so it's important that they're strong. Let's go last 2. And last one, hold up for 3. Try to drop the belly into your back body for 2. Okay, lower your sits bones back down. Shimmy your block towards the side of your mat. You're going to need it again. Roll over so that you're in tabletop facing the top edge of your yoga mat. Hands down, lift your chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes to sky, same foot. Just step it forward between the hands. Left back knee stays lifted. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step forward. Just find a fold at the top of your yoga mat. And take a halfway lift. Step your left foot towards the back of your mat. Okay, no chair that time, we're lucky. Bending left knee, rolling forward beyond kneecap to the thigh. Right arm up, or it reaches behind you. Again, closing the gap between your glute and your left heel if possible. Also a quad stretch. Just going to help to open the whole front of your body for our back bends. And when you're done with that luxurious stretch, okay, hands frame right foot, straighten right leg, toes point up. Heel can slide forward a bit. And at the same time, heel digs into your mat. It also feels like you're trying to retract or shorten right leg. So hamstring strength as much as stretching. Like a little active muscle release, hopefully. When you're done with that stretch, just step your right knee back beside your left one. Hands down, lift your chest, cow pose, and lift your hips downward facing dog pose. Inhale, left leg goes to sky. Stack left hip over the right one like you did before. Bend your knee. Okay, this time, wild thing. Left toes behind that straight right leg. I like to keep the left heel lifted for wild thing. Squeezing your glutes as you lift your hips high. Again, whole front body open like clean laundry hanging on the line. And as you sit down, okay, you're facing the back of your yoga mat. Find your block. Block is under your left foot this time. Remember your heels firmly supported on that block, even if toes are hanging off the front, no big deal. You can roll down to your mat. Also bend your right knee like you would for bridge pose. Shoulders tuck under the heart. And as you kind of curl your sits bones up, lift your right heel at first, turns on back of the leg, if that's cool. Draw right knee to chest, and then straighten the leg. So heel above knee, above hip. As you inhale, lower your hips, press through the left heel as you rise back up. And keep going at a speed that might be slightly slower than you want. Forgot to mention, try to only look towards the ceiling for these variations of bridge pose. If you're anything like me, you want immediate gratification, okay? You can even touch the area of your body that is working, hamstring and glute, and you want to feel the contraction or tightening at the bottom of every exhale when you lift. So let's go last 2. And next time you lift, let's stay up for a few cycles of breath. Hip bones kind of evenly pointing up to the ceiling. And when you lower your sits bones down, bend your right knee. Okay, make sure that your block is somewhere that you can grab it again. Roll over so that you're facing the top of your mat. Okay, cow pose, belly sways, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog pose, same. Left leg goes to sky, and step your left foot forward between the hands. Right back knee stays lifted, arms back. Next inhale, come on up, high crescent lunge, stretching the front line of your body. Instead of stepping forward this time, we're gonna step back to down dog. So plant your hands before you transition. Wave forward towards your high plank, on or off the knees, lower all the way down to the floor. You're just gonna flip over like a pancake. Lie on your back. So, strengthen so many muscles, upper back, triceps. We got the glutes and the backs of your legs. Maybe you'll go into full wheel pose. So, feet are slightly in front of knees, toes pointing forward, shoulder blades retract to your back. As you curl your sitting bones up towards the ceiling, offering stay like Shalabhasana, even lace fingers behind your back, pressing pinkies down, triceps on board. Or hands by your ears, fingertips point down to your toes if possible. Just come to the top of your head first. And there's a sensation of pulling your shoulder blades together and down your back, so away from a nice long neck. I'm gonna take my glasses off. As you press down, lift your hips up. I like to lift the heels in full wheel pose. It gives a little bit of space in the front line of your body, which is why it's important to do those lunges and quad stretches before we get going. Knees point as close to forward as quad length will allow. And looking not only towards hands, but even underneath your body for one last breath. Important, chin to chest when you come out of this one, so you can land on the back of your skull and not the top of your head, just a little bit safer for your neck. Okay, feet together, knees wide, butterfly. Again, shoulders tuck under you, big breath. Big sigh. So I hope you feel a little bit calm and also energized after your back bending practice, which is great, again, to do in the morning, or if you need kind of a reset, maybe in the middle of your day. So thanks so much for joining me for this class. Namaste.